welcome to the April D-Stash. This is part 3. I've pulled out a couple of stamp sets and also some other random stuff that's kind of been collecting that I wanted to show and kind of get cleared up so that I can set it aside and kind of pull out some other stuff. This week I'm going through all of my stuff, my stamps and dies and papers and inks and different accessories and toys and all this stuff. Basically, I'm trying to reduce the contents of my craft area by about 25% so that I am clearing up to make things a little bit later. We're moving in a couple of months, so this is just kind of my first official pass through. I think our ultimate goal is to be reduced a lot more than that, but for now, I'm just trying to get my stuff down by about 25%. Funds from my D-Stash will help fund our trip at the end of this month. We're going, my family and I'm taking my daughter and my husband, are going to an overnight for a scrapbook convention that's happening at the end of this month. And also just go to some bills. Pretty exciting stuff. There you go. I'm going to have a sip of water if you don't mind. It feels like I've been talking all day here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about the stamps first because they're sitting right in front of me. So the stamps that I have pulled out right now are stamps that have come with my magazine subscriptions. I know that these are pretty coveted. However, the magazines themselves are not for sale yet. I might destash some of my magazines down the road, but I generally like to keep them for reference and inspiration. However, I have gone through and pulled out several stamp sets of which I no longer necessarily need, and they don't bring me joy. So if I was doing the KonMari application to my craft area, these are things that I don't really use enough. They don't bring me joy. I've purchased other things since I've obtained these that I reach for a lot more often. These are great stamp sets. I have no complaints about them. I loved using them. I loved coloring with them. I just basically have outgrown them and I don't have any use for them. So they would make a great addition to maybe a beginner's craft room. So let's go ahead and get started. And I did actually take the time on most things. If I remember to do it, I did actually take the time to get my label maker out and actually label where these came from. This first one here is the Sincere Sentiment set that came from Cardmaking in Papercraft magazine issue 165. It did come on a much larger sheet, and I cut the sheet, I cut the carrier sheet, the acetate, in half here in order to put the two halves in my pocket here. There's no damage or cuts to the stamps themselves. This is just something that I did to get them to fit into my pocket. This is basically when I first started using the pocket storage system. Since then, I've purchased the extra large pockets, and I wouldn't have had to do that if I had the extra large pockets. But this was back then, and this is what I did. So this is what you've got. It's the complete stamp set. A good chunk of these stamps have never even been used, as you can see. The Happy Birthday one, I'm sorry for glare. The Happy Birthday one I used rather heavily, just because I like it, the scripty font, but I'm willing to let it go. I'd like to keep it actually, but I will let it go with the rest of the items. And then there's a little glue adhesive back here from where it's stuck to the folder. That's not actually something that's on the stamp. It's just from the back of the acetate sheet here. So there's quite a few sentiments and a couple of little flourishes, hearts, and little branches and flowers, little florals to go with this. I really enjoyed this set. Like I said, that Happy Birthday has been a favorite. The scripty Congratulations I've used many times. So yeah, so some of them haven't even been used yet. I really, I like this set. but I think it's time to find its new home. Very nice set. So let's say, what did I say? All of these, I think they're $2. So $2 for this stamp set. I have a small one. This is called the Tiddly Inks Girl, and it's from Quick Cards December 2015 magazine. I may have actually used this one on camera before, coloring this image for a girlfriend. And again, it's got some of the tape residue on it still from being on the magazine package, but it's nothing going on with the stamp here. Just a really cute girl walking two little dogs. I have a friend who came to stay with us last summer who brought her two little terriers that look like this. So I've made cards for her before with this image. Very cute. Again, Tiddly Inks Girl from Quick Cards December 2015. Let's say this one is $1. And we have a Japanese tea garden stamp, and this came from the Cardmaking and Papercraft issue 164, and I notated that I got it in December. Again, we've got gunky acetate just from the packaging around the magazine, and there's nothing wrong with the stamp. Oh, and most of these are acrylic stamps, I believe, just from the touch. So we have this beautiful geisha girl. I've used this one with watercoloring before. As you know, I'm not particularly talented with my watercoloring, but I did have a lot of fun with that. I think this is very pretty. That whole magazine, or I think was sort of tea garden-y. So let's say another $1 on that. This one is a personal favorite. This is Maisie and Friends from Quick Cards 2016. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I do not have this magazine. I did not get this magazine, but I really, really, really wanted the stamp set, and I missed my chance at getting the stamp set. Is that not the most adorable thing that you've ever seen? Those, sorry for glare, those sweet little kitties. I don't know if that's going to help or not. This trying to block the glare. Those sweet little kitties. Piece of paper from an earlier video. Sweet little kitties. Are those not the cutest little kitties you've ever seen? I ended up having to buy this from eBay, I think is where I found it. Someone who was willing to sell me the free gift because they're so cute, and I use them on a few cards. They're very cute. We've got a sent with love and happy birthday sentiments, and I did have to cut down the acetate a little bit on the side to get it to fit in my pocket, but no damage to the stamp or anything. Really cute item. So this one, yeah, I purchased from a very nice lady on eBay. So first of all, let's try to get it back in here. Irritating, but I guess there's like a following for these stamps. I didn't know that when I first tried to find it, and I actually did try to buy the whole magazine, to be fair, and I couldn't, so I ended up getting the stamp set. So let's say this one is $4. And we have from Cardmaking and Papercraft issue 144. We have another sort of Japanese tea garden type theme set here. These have been used. I think I also watercolored with these as well. So no issues with the stamps or anything. They're all here. And let's say $2 on that one. This is not what I thought it was. Okay, forget this one. You didn't see that. And last thing, from Papercraft Essentials issue 140, we have the Winter Wonderland set. Very cute. This came from the magazine, and then I found on eBay, like, I don't know, a year later, matching dies, which did not come with the set, but I bought them anyway because I saw that they matched this stamp set. They don't really cut very well. Okay, they cut fine, but they don't really line up with the stamp very well. So I wasn't sure if they were authorized. You can see kind of some of my coloring. I never used it because I never liked the way that it cut out. I liked the stamp set, and I've used that plenty of times. This came from the magazine. The coordinating dies came from eBay, and I didn't like the way that they didn't line up around the image. So what I think happened is I think it's a company that came in and made the dies. Maybe the stamp set was so popular that they tried to cash in and make the dies and they didn't work out. Whatever. I don't recommend using the dies. I'm going to ask $2 for the stamp set, and you can have the dies if you want to try to make it work. Then all the power to you. If not, I'm just going to chuck them in the trash. So I actually completely forgot about this until I pulled it out, and I was like, oh yeah, that was the issue. This is really cute. It actually came with an embossing folder, which I'm probably going to keep these things in the magazine. But it just, and I think, I'm trying to remember, did it come with some, no, I don't think it came with any dies. It must be something else I'm thinking of. And then I grabbed this set on eBay, and I just, oh, it did come with some, okay, here's the thing. So this did come with some dies within the magazine. I'm remembering now, I'm sorry. It came with these dies with the magazine. And then I found these dies because of the picture on eBay saying that they coordinate with these. So I was like, oh, I'll give it a try for all of the other characters. And these ones did not, they fit, but they didn't line up nicely. I don't know. Again, you can fiddle with them if you want to see if you can get it to work. I won't consider charging for the dies because I didn't care for them. It's not something that I would be comfortable accepting money for. However, I would like to sell the stamp set. So if you're interested in the stamp set and these dies, which came with it, these original dies that came with it, you're more than welcome to take these and try to do what you will with them. If not, then just toss them in the recycling or something because I never cared for them. But these are the actual dies that did come with the stamp set, and I will include those with this, and $2. There we go. Okay, so that is what I have for these. Oh, and one more thing to point out for stamps. I do have a little bit more. I have these Make an Impression stamps, excuse me, that came with Cardmaking and Papercraft magazine, and I don't even have it in a pocket yet or anything because I've never used it. I didn't really have any interest in these sentiments. It did have a, it did come with an embossing folder that I did like and I did keep, and I actually tossed this aside meaning to use it. So that came with a magazine, but also this came with a magazine, and I didn't know where it came from, and I think that it's because I obtained it before I started tracking stuff in these pockets, so I didn't think to print a label for it. So I just have this With Love and Birthday Wishes clear stamps that came from some magazine at some point. So I have these two, and then I have another little set that I pulled out. I have no idea where this came from. It's called Ready Set Stamp, and it's just a little birthday stamp set. And this didn't come from a magazine. I don't think anyway. And again, sorry, glare. And I don't know where it came from. So I was thinking all three of these things all together, I'll ask $1 for all of these. So if you're interested in this random lot of stuff, we've got 2 sets of sentiments from a magazine, and then I've got this tiny little birthday set from I don't know where. It would just feel weird trying to sell them all individually and all together for $1. Good. Okay, so moving on. So that's what we have for stamps. Oh, and this goes with the other ones. My mostly magazine free gift stamp sets that I am no longer using. So moving on, we've got just some other stuff that I kind of have pulled from a drawer over there. If you're interested, I have this 4-pack of mini art canvases, 3 inches by 3 inches, $1, brand new, still sealed, so $1 on those. If you know what this is, it's a universal overlay keypad for the original Cricut personal electronic machine. I'm sure not many people even know what that is anymore. But if you have need of a universal overlay, I happen to have one, and we'll ask $1 on that. I have this brand new multi-pack of Sharpies that I actually picked up and forgot to return because I didn't need them for my thing. Really nice fine point Sharpies, brand new and sealed, 12 beautiful colors. I was going to keep them and incorporate them into my Spectrum Noir stuff, but I was like, you know what, I'm just going to pull it out. Let's do $10 on that. I have the other half of my stamp pad. You know, I bought this huge stamp pad. It's actually pretty inexpensive from Derice. And I cut it in half because I didn't need a huge one because I don't stamp stuff that's this huge. So this is the other half of my stamp pad. If anybody has need for a gush pad, I have the other half. This is one of those things I'm probably going to offer it for free. And if you're gonna, as long as you pay shipping, I'll do it for free. So it might make sense if you're buying other stuff and if you're interested in having a gush pad of your very own to claim it, and I'll go ahead and toss it in your bag for you. It's pretty lightweight. It won't add much of anything difference onto your bill for your shipping. So if you're getting other stuff, feel free to claim that, and I will toss that into your bag for you. Just another thing I'm probably gonna, if nobody claims it, then I'll probably just give it away, donate it, because I do need it. Okay, so a couple more things. I have this Craft Smart set of decorative scissors, these 12 pieces, and there's still 12 pairs of scissors in here. Most of these I've never even used. I'll be honest with you, I don't like them. I don't think that they cut very well. I was not pleased with them. I don't like using them. If you want to give it a try, I think these couple were the only ones that they just, ugh, I don't know. I don't like them. I don't like using them. They hurt my fingers. I don't think that they cut very well. Unfortunately, they weren't cheap. And I bought them, and then I forgot about it for like months, and by the time I remembered, and then opened it up and didn't like them, it was too late to return them. So they've been sitting here literally collecting dust the whole time since I brought them home. I'm not a big fan. If you want to get them, maybe you have children that want to play with them, or maybe you can make them work. That's fine. I don't really care for them. I think that they cut poorly. They're difficult to use. Sorry, not a ringing endorsement, I'm sure, and I'm sorry about that, but I have to be honest. But you know, maybe somebody else can get some use out of them. I'm going to ask $7 for this whole set of 12. Again, most of them I've not even pulled out to use because I figured that I don't like the ones that I took out. I wouldn't like the others. These are the different cuts, excuse me, that they have. If you want, if this is the only thing that you're getting, if you want me to pull it out of this plastic container and flatten them all out in some bubble wrap so it ships a little bit cheaper than having to ship it in a box for the round container, let me know. No problem. You'd have to find someplace else to store it if you want me to throw this plastic container away, but just let me know. Okay, so $7 on all of those. We've got Nouveau Gilding Flakes. This is a used container. I've used it twice. I need to get something as I'm talking about this. I do like the Nouveau Gilding Flakes. They are very messy. I do not like working with very messy stuff, and I will show you I'll open it up anyway so you can see I didn't take much out. A couple of pinches here and there to work on my projects. I actually have a video in which the first time that I used gilding flakes months back, if you want to search, you can actually see, and it made a huge mess and they fly everywhere. So it's beautiful and it's a lot of fun, but it's super messy. And also we have pets. We have a pet rabbit that like eats everything if it's on the floor. So if some of these flakes got on the floor and if she ate some of the metal, I'd be concerned. I don't like messy stuff. And I'm really sorry about that. I like a little bit of mess, but this is too much mess for me. So you can see that it's pretty still full. Again, I had just taken a couple of pinches out, and this is how it comes out. Just a few pinches out for my projects. So it is still, and look at that, it still sticks to my fingers. It's still mostly full. Beautiful. It is a lot of fun. This is Nuvo brand Gilding of Flakes. Adds instant metallic foiled to every craft project. It is very messy. This was a 6.8 ounce container. Again, I've used some. I used it with sticky embossing powder. Actually, I should destash that too, because I can't think of any other place in which I would use it. So let's consider that together. I didn't try it with glue or double-sided tape or anything, so it might very well work better for you. I don't know. I don't like the mess, so I don't. If I want to get into it again someday, I'll rebuy it. How about that? I don't like the mess, and even like the flakes stick to the container here. I have my little desktop vacuum. Clean this stuff up. That's how much I don't like it. This came from my friend Betsy. It's very cute, isn't it? Look at that. It helps clean it up. Get out these flakes. So anyway, almost full container of Nuvo flakes. Can go to the first person with $4. That was that. I think it was $7 something. A good deal considering I only took a little bit out. And on the same line of thinking, this is the only reason why I purchased the Ranger sticky embossing powder, was to go with this. And if I'm getting rid of the embossing powder, I mean the flakes, I probably don't need the embossing powder. Just a white sticky embossing powder. It's mostly full. Also messy. I don't like messy. And we'll go $3 on the embossing powder. Too messy for me, man. Too messy for me. Okay, so last thing, it didn't occur to me until just now. It just flashed into my head that probably no one else cares about this, but I do. I have my my drafting compass. It's from, which I don't use anymore because now I have the Cricut and I have dies and all this stuff. So I no longer generally need assistance making a perfect circle. But hey, maybe you do, or maybe you have a friend who's an engineer or works in drafting or something that might appreciate a nice little vintage piece. This came from my father-in-law, who has since passed away. It's the Alvin Basic Line 504 compass from West Germany. It still has the pencil lead in it. It's not real lead. You know what I mean. I'm sure it, I haven't used it in a couple years, but it adjusts, open, close, all those good things. All the pieces are here. It's all in proper order, all that stuff. I just don't need it anymore because I have other things that help me make circles, right? So I don't need to hand draw circles, but maybe you know someone who does, that this would make a good deal for. Now I messed it up and now I can get it back in the box. Not messed it up, but I adjusted its perfect position to be in the package. What is wrong with me? Okay, I'll fix it off camera. Stop looking at me! I'll fix it off camera. So $10 on the compass. And that is everything that I have for this Destash video. Thanks for tuning in. Let's go over the purchase cost, blah, 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 the purchase terms, and so on and so forth. All of these items will be listed, hopefully, as close to the order in which I've presented them as possible down below. To claim, go ahead and leave me what item numbers you're interested in, and also leave me your email address for a PayPal invoice. If you are not in the United States, also let me know what country you're in and what your postal code is so that I can calculate your shipping charges more effectively. If you do not wish to claim things on YouTube, that is fine. There's going to be some people who aren't going to be thrilled to leave their email address right on YouTube. I have my Instagram direct message. You can direct message me through Instagram or Facebook down below, both of my links. That's perfectly fine too, and I'll still mark them for you on the site. So I will mark something once you've claimed something. If you're the first person to claim something, I'll mark it as pending when I send out your invoice, and when I receive payment, I will mark it as sold. I would like payment within 24 hours of invoice. If you've changed your mind, please just tell me as soon as possible so that I can free it up and send it to the next person in line. Don't be that guy who holds everything up, okay? Let's move stuff fast and politely. I will combine shipping, so if there's anything from this Destash video or any of my other Destash videos that are going to go up all week, I still have several more planned to go up after this one. I will combine shipping with any of those things. If you want to wait until I'm done with presenting all of the Destash videos to finish shopping so that I can combine all of your shipping together to save you the most money on shipping, I will send you an invoice. Please pay the invoice and let me know you want me to hold your stuff. I would be happy to do that. We have several people already that are doing that. They've paid their invoice. I'll just hang on to it, and when you're done, we'll get everything shipped out. And of course, I already know what you've paid so far towards shipping, so there you go. Get everything all combined. Happy to combine shipping. I have postal scales here. I have all of the shipping things and labels, and I have all of the things. So there'll be more details in the comments down below. So that's what we got. I think what is coming up next after this video is probably embossing folders. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye on that. And the video that was right before this is wood block stamps. I'm going to keep going through all my stuff. Thanks for watching and all of your support. It means so much to me. Oh, I'm sorry, and I forgot to mention one more thing. If anything is unpaid or not claimed by Monday the 8th, I'm going to put it up on my Etsy shop. Not Etsy, I'm sorry. My eBay store. And the listing for my eBay is down below, but I do have to say that once things hit the eBay, prices are probably going to go up by about 25% once it goes on eBay because of the commission fees over there. So if you are interested in something and still on the fence, you can save money buying it directly from me on YouTube. You can save the commission fees. So there you go. Okay, that's what I got. Thanks very much. Take care, and until next time, bye-bye.